Oh my God.
No, let me go. All right.
Excuse me.
Oh, really? Wow, actor.
No, I actually.
Actor.
That's it.
On point.
That was a real sneeze.
Go in for your audition. We just need you
Oh
to
my
sneeze
God.
on point.
That brings up a story. So when I was in my senior year of production in high school, we did Les Mis, and there's a scene in Master of the House where there's like some dead time for the ensemble.
Yeah.
And so we're like pretending to be like drunk or like doing whatever we wanted basically. And I decided that I was just going to be like really tired. Like that was my character's jive. Like that was what I was doing. Like, and so I would just yawn profusely for the whole scene. But the thing about yawning is once you start, you cannot stop.
It's contagious.
It's horrible. And so I couldn't stop yawning throughout the song. So I go like, Master of the House. Oh my God. Yeah.
Meryl Streep in the stew right
Shut
now.
up.
My Lord.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That was convincing.
Thanks. No, it's because I really did yawn. And then I
Wow.
couldn't stop yawning. And then I'd get off stage and I'd be like, wake up. You could just wake up. And then I'd be fine.
Isn't that the secret to acting, though?
And that was me slapping my face, not my ass. Just so you know. If you heard that over the mic.
I don't think anyone was like, yeah, she's spanking
She's
booty.
smacking her own ass.
She's bare ass in the stew.
They don't know what we do in the stew. It's all
Oh
secrets
my
over
God.
here.
You know what I was thinking of?
What were you thinking of?
You know how in like parties, you'll go to a party and you've got like one designated bathroom for like everyone to use.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
hated
like,
that. I hate that.
Everyone like washes their hands, and then by like the fifth person, the towel is just wet.
Oh my God. Towels are disgusting.
Is that towel not just disgusting?
Oh,
at that
it's so
point?
gross.
But yet everyone continues to use it. It's like, let me wash my hands and immediately touch this bacteria-ridden towel. I feel like updated mandates for partying post-COVID
No
world.
towels.
You need to
Only
have
paper
like
towels.
paper towels, or you need to like have the towel guy hire a butler for the night. You can stand in the bathroom, that weird thing.
Ooh, affluent. Who in our
It's just you
friend group is
hire
affluent
you
enough
hire
to
your
handle
buddy who's like always asking you for food. He's like, dog, I will pay you, like you'll get tips. Just hang out
Nice.
near the bathroom and make sure that towel's always dry.
that? Yeah, towels are disgusting. I think about that a lot.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why like no one thinks about that, because I'm like, oh my
Because
God.
they're drunk. Nobody gives a shit when they're drunk.
I care.
But you don't care enough to say something.
I mean, what are they gonna do? What am I gonna expect?
Hey, the towel's too wet. Hey, the towel's too wet.
Hey, I'm not washing my hands for the rest of the night until this is fixed.
I'm becoming a biological weapon until you replace this towel.
This one's on you, huh?
Where were you? What happened? What changed? Welcome everybody to our second episode of Sho-Dependent. Today we're going to be talking about 2 Twilight films. We're going to be doing New Moon and Eclipse today. So we're going to condense things down quite a bit from our first episode.
Yeah, here on Sho-Dependent, we like to be an open book. Cards on the table. Last episode, a little bit longer.
It's a little too
A
long.
little bit longer, and by little bit, I mean about 50 minutes longer on that recap than we wanted to spend. So this one,
We wanted like 15. We gave you like 55.
always evolving, always moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You always get better. You
We
get
got
a
that
little
growth
bit
mindset.
better every.
Growth mindset.
Is if you believe yourself to get better, you might get a little bit better eventually. So that's what we're doing here today.
That's the spirit, dear.
And as DJ Vivitch said, well, first of all, I guess we should do this, huh?
Yeah.
The man you're hearing right now with the soft, smooth voice that I was told last night was good for radio.
What boomer told you that?
He was a man playing Paladins on Xbox Live, so I don't think he was a boomer.
Oh, okay. I thought I missed a side conversation from our barbecue.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
My name is Victor V. Sweet.
And
As for now, that's all you get from me. my beautiful co-host.
Hello. Hi. Sorry.
My other half.
I cut you off. I apologize.
That's fine. You can do that any day.
Ooh. Just as long as we're not in a car.
Yeah. So long as we're not in two cars.
I cut you off in one vehicle. How does that work?
My beautiful co-host is...
DJ Vivich. Hi.
Fantastic. It's already going off the rails.
I hate it here. Okay, let's keep going.
Here on Sho-Dependent, we talk about our codependent relationships with the things that we love. Whether that be a film like Twilight, whether it be TV shows, books, video games, anything.
Music.
Sometimes you consume media and it takes over your life. You become attached to it. It could change you forever.
Mm-hmm.
And with that in mind, we have been covering the Twilight franchise. Something near and dear to DJ's heart.
Oh, yes. Not only my heart, but my soul.
Exactly. So we should get into where were we when these films came out. I will start us.
Perfect.
Because as we like to do here, the person with the least exposure gonna start you off. Victor V. Sweet. Let me paint the picture for you. The year 2009, November to be exact. A freshly high school graduating Victor V. Sweet was just ready for college. 2009 had all my hopes and dreams ahead of me, and they quickly came crashing down. So, the last thing on my mind, first of all, I have terrible memory to begin with. Got about 5 memories from my childhood. I believe that year was the standout year of middle-aged women wanting to have sex with Robert Pattinson.
And Taylor Lautner.
Why you always add them?
Because he was getting some cougar energy too.
I understand. But last time I said that they wanted to bang Taylor Lautner, and you were like, and Edward.
Because it's both. You can't have one without the other.
Okay,
It was never exclusively one.
I gotta say both of them?
Yes.
All right. Either way, you would be hard-pressed to find any memories from me from that year, let alone me thinking about Twilight. Was the last thing on my mind. I was more focused on, graduating high school.
Trying to stay hydrated.
Getting a scholarship. Immediately losing that scholarship.
Perfect.
A little spicy. I did get my ass grabbed by some older woman at a party.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was something.
Was it an enjoyable experience?
I mean, yeah, it was fine.
Oh, see, I've only been groped once, and it was in high school, and I hated it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, this is setting up the tone for most of this episode, I think. It's just going to be like, ha, shit got real.
The short of it was we had to go drop her and her friends off, and then as we were saying bye, she was like, oh, hi, see you later, and grabbed my ass, and I was like, oh, all right, thank you. So that thing happened. That's kind of nice. A little boost.
Kind of a little compliment, I guess.
Yeah.
Depending on how you interpret it, yeah.
The only other highlight of my life at that time was playing Asher Roth's I Love College and Mike Posner's Cooler Than Me, back to back.
And then you just, after that, no memories.
And then I was just like, man, I could be a DJ.
You are good at it.
And that was it. That was 2 songs, and that's all it took.
You're like, that's it. I've unlocked it. That was your Exodia card and your Blue Eyes White Dragon.
You've activated my trap. DJ, what was your experience? 2009, 2010. Here we go.
Oh, ready? You buckling up? Yeah. It's a vastly different experience for me. This is when I started actively repressing memories, I think. But basically because I'm going to kind of talk about it within the context of the fall of 2009 leading into the spring of 2010. So I was a freshman in 2009 and then went into my sophomore year in 2010. When I was a freshman in high school, I exclusively hung out with the anime scene screamo nerds, and it was great. And I just hung out in a little alcove of our high school, tucked next to the theater, and we just sat in a dark corner and just fucking nerded out for all of lunch period.
Oh boy.
It was really bad.
Sounds real rough.
It was bad.
I spit on a kid at that school.
Oh no.
By accident.
Yeah, you were aiming for the trash can, right?
He was a trash person. He was sitting right next to the trash can, and if you ask me, still to this day, I am mad at him for sitting there and allowing me to spit my gum on him. Big mistake by him. I don't feel bad about it. It was his fault.
Point taken. Yeah, it was interesting because that was, ironically, the darkest place in the school. Brought me the most joy. I loved hanging out with those losers. It was so fun.
Twilight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but I was a big freaking nerd. Yeah, I hung out in a theater alcove. That's where the hang spot was. And I had very, very few friends. I spent most of my time writing shitty poetry and hating myself. Those were like my two hobbies. It's like, be sad and let people know you're sad. That's what I did. That just slowly transitioned into my sophomore year, which was basically the same. The only difference was that I was a little less sad and was trying too hard to be cool in choir. And what that means is I wanted to be a cool nerd.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's an oxymoron.
No, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but I literally was just like, I just want to be a cool choir kid.
Oh, whoa, look at her. She's singing. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is that Wonderwall by Oasis?
Oh, boy. I could not play an instrument.
God.
That's too much credit. I just wanted to be a musical nerd and cry and sing about my feelings. And I mean, that's still true today. So what am I going to do? On the darker side, so spring of 2010, I developed an eating disorder for a very short amount of time. Victor's eyes just turned to dinner plates. They got so big. Yeah, I developed a small eating disorder.
Small.
It only lasted for about 3 months. But basically, food just didn't taste like anything to me. So I had no incentive to eat. So I would eat like tiny, minuscule amounts. And I think this is when my depression meal of just eating a hamburger happened. I would come home from school and I'd be hungry, but I didn't really care. So I just took a frozen burger patty from the freezer, pan fried it, and then I would dip it in ketchup, and that's all I would eat for the rest of the day.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah, but I didn't eat for 3 months.
So you were really...
I was sad.
Twilight was made for you.
It really was. And it doesn't help that the plot of New Moon is isolation.
It's depression.
It's depression. And I was reading that book, basically, and seeing the film as my depression was just deepening. And so that just kind of added on to the weight of oh, nobody's ever going to love you. And even if they do, they're going to leave you eventually.
Oh. My Lord.
So,
no one's ever going to love you. He's really a vampire anyway, so he's going to go get himself killed.
He'll just kill you and it'll be fine. Then you'll finally be happy. Yeah, it was intense.
Sometimes the media finds you.
It really did.
Wow.
And I shaped so much of my aesthetic and personality off of these books. It's kind of haunting. No, I looked hot. I was just sad as hell and not mentally stable at all.
That's even hotter.
I was trying to be a manic pixie dream girl when I was actually just a super fucking weird person that just cried a lot.
What's the difference?
I mean, you're right. It was bad. So it was interesting to see how these movies and books kind of paralleled my mental state at the time. So yeah, that's pretty much where I was during Eclipse and New Moon phase.
It is time to transition from where we were into the recap of the films. Now, as stated earlier, we're doing 2 films in this one, so we're going to give you the recap of both back to back.
Back to back.
Then we're going to talk about the first film, New Moon, some important points. Bleed that into Eclipse, because these two very much blend together.
Definitely.
So we're going to do a recap from New Moon right now. Again, if you haven't watched the film, this is coming from, you'll get my relationship with it later, but from a 30-year-old man who has seen this movie now twice.
Yeah.
Honestly, these films are worth the watch, I think.
They're very fun.
They're very fun. Don't take life too serious.
No.
You're not better than anyone, all right? I want you to know, especially you. Yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking to. I see you there. You're not better than anyone, all right? Go watch the movies.
They're fun.
They're fun.
Good time.
Let's get into the recap of New Moon.
Let's do it.
DJ,
I'll
can you take us
here.
away? Could you do the honors?
Oh, absolutely. So New Moon is appropriate for me to recap because it's the saddest fucking book in the franchise and film. So let's go over the movie. So we start out with Bella having a nightmare about her being her grandmother, or at least looking like her grandma. But as we know, Edward doesn't age. That's disgusting to look at and see and perceive, to just think of hot Robert Pattinson making out with a grandma.
It's what Edward was waiting for. It's why he chose a human.
He's like, Granny.
He looks up mature on the hub.
Oh my God. So from the jump, Bella is developing a huge ageism thing. She decides, I hate old people. I never want to get old. Guess what? If she doesn't become a vampire, she will become old. The great thing about this film is that we lose the blue filter. People look like people, and the vampires actually look much hotter, which is surprising because you would think like, oh, they need to look cold. They look fantastic, and everybody has just had a major glow up. They look great. They've got better fashion. We fast forward to Bella's birthday. She's invited to the Cullens' house for a surprise birthday party. This idiot finds a way to not only ruin her own party, but also kill herself in the process, potentially. She opens a box and slices her finger, and Jasper proceeds to go shark mode on her ass. But in reaction, instead of Edward just lightly pushing her out of the way, throws her into a fucking wall, bounces off, crashes through a table, and proceeds to bleed all over. And that kind of triggers Edward into deciding, this is not going to work out. I think I'm going to leave. So Edward quickly hits Bella with the, come take a walk with me, which we all have heard that at some point in our lives, probably.
Hey, we need to talk.
Can I talk to you real quick?
Can we talk right now?
Can we have a...
When you get off work, we need to talk.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
Fuck, man, I just got into work, dog. Why do people do that?
I hate it. It's so triggering. Edward basically lays it out for Bella. I don't love you anymore. You don't belong with me. We don't belong together. I'm leaving. You're never going to see me again. Bella gets so sad she falls into the woods and just takes a nice hard depression nap, which I can relate to. She gets super sad for months, cannot stay happy, doesn't talk to anybody, and the only exception to that rule becomes Jacob. She finally finds a way to like pull herself up and kind of be okay again by hanging out with Jake. Soon into their friendship developing a lot more, Jake becomes a raging asshole, and Bella doesn't know what the hell is up, but Jake starts avoiding her and starts getting sick, and she cannot connect the dots of why he started acting weird and why everybody in the Quileute tribe has started walking around shirtless and being like super trashy. She can't pull that out of her thick skull that, oh, this has to do with werewolves. But we get there eventually. They come to the conclusion that we know where Edward is. He thinks that Bella is dead because Alice saw a vision of Bella jumping off of a cliff, but she survived because she landed in water. But Alice didn't see that part. So Edward decides that he wants to kill himself because Bella is dead. And then they end up going to Italy to stop Edward's attempted suicide. And it's a pretty intense showdown between Edward and the Volturi. Things work out, even though tempers got high. They're able to go back to Forks and reunite and pretend like Edward didn't completely abandon Bella for 7 months. And Jacob's pissed because he doesn't want Bella to, 1, be with Edward, or 2, become a vampire. And what happens at the end of New Moon is it's revealed that the main plot from here on out is if Bella becomes a vampire via the Cullens, that will break the treaty and it will cause a lot of strife between the vampires and the werewolves. The only way for Edward to agree to change Bella into a vampire is for her to marry him. And that's where New Moon ends.
And Eclipse picking up right where New Moon left off. We open on a guy getting turned into a vampire immediately. We pick up on this whole marriage thing. Alice has a vision of something bad, but obviously they don't tell Bella. She doesn't deserve to know what's going to happen to her. Why would she deserve that? No one can catch Victoria, still from the first movie for some reason. And a mystery army of what is called newborn vampires is coming. We get a love triangle in this film, but it's more like Bella really leading Taylor Lautner on and cucking Edward at the same time.
Call him Jake.
And cucking Edward at the same time, which is fantastic. Jasper's a Confederate soldier for some time. He also has battle scars.
Thank you. That's very essential.
Surprise to no one, Victoria made the vampire army. And they swim from Seattle to Forks to get absolutely, positively washed in about 2 minutes of screen time. Edward kills Victoria, but the bigger threat has arrived. The Volturi, who we saw in New Moon, definitely want what Edward and Alice have, those powers they have. And they up to something. They also wonder, why is Bella not a vampire yet? What happened to that whole agreement? But no matter what, the wedding is set for August. And yes, that means that all of this, 3 films, has happened in about a year. 7 of which Edward is gone for.
7 months of which, yeah.
Yes, 7 months of which Edward is gone for. So, they've been together for 3 months.
Seems like a healthy relationship.
It's wedding season, baby. I hear wedding bells.
Ring-a-ding.
And that is Eclipse.
Wow.
Now that you've had the recap, maybe gone and watched the films, and come back to us, let's talk about some big things, big moments in New Moon first. What did you want to talk about, DJ? What stood out? What are the key themes? What's really, why New Moon? You're in your depression.
Ooh, yeah.
Why New Moon? Why does it stick?
I think that the reason it sticks so much for me is because, like I said in our little download, it was really the perfect storm in my life because it was just adding depression on depression on depression on depression and justifying it. That's what these films and books did. Because I was going through parallel things, it made it even more real, which made it, ironically, my escapism was still my reality. Because even though I wasn't like dating a vampire or anything like that, the real like sad, the big sad that we feel in New Moon, whether that's in the soundtrack, the film, or the book, like it's just constant low energy.
Yeah.
And that's how I was feeling. That's probably why it sticks the most. Yeah, it does a really good job of making you feel sad. And I was like, ooh, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm going to be.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, a weird phenomenon before we get more into this list and sort of go down it is, which I guess I get sometimes, but, Victor is a Sag boy, a man who enjoys the dance music 365 days a year. But people lean into their sadness, If I'm sad, let me play some sad songs. So maybe, Twilight was there for you. For sure. Sad, let me get more sad. Let me just wallow in my despair.
Oh, yeah.
Could be healthy, could be not.
Oh, it was extremely unhealthy. Like I said, led to an eating disorder.
You're right.
Thank God I was able to bounce out of that. Good thing I love food a lot.
Thank the gods.
I remembered. Yeah, thank the gods.
All right, well, let's get into this list here.
Let's do it.
First of all, as DJ said, everything and everyone just looks better now.
Oh, my God.
The blue filter off. Hashtag no filter.
Hashtag no filter.
And everyone looks like a human.
I'm sure there was a filter, but it was a good filter this time.
Oh, it was like XX Pro.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Instead of Veranda? I don't know, filters. Everyone looked better. They looked like humans. It's like everyone, also it's probably because everyone like aged up a little bit.
Yeah.
So their features were more defined, because in the first one they were like, oh, these kids are maybe like 22.
Yeah, and they also like put everybody in just white pancake makeup.
Right.
They just looked so chalky. There was no humanity in them.
Oh my God,
the humans did not look like humans, and the vampires looked even less so like people. They looked like the tall whites.
Right.
Like it was just scary. I was
some
like,
aliens walking around. Yeah.
Not good.
But in this one, everyone aged up a little bit because this was like a year later? Mm-hmm. Looked like it was like 5 years later. So everyone was like strongly like 26, 27.
Even though they're supposed to be like 17.
Their features, everyone was like, ooh, your features are defined now and you look real nice.
Oh, everybody in this film looks
because immediately
beautiful.
Jasper was just immaculate. That hair? My God.
Scars.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that in Eclipse.
Alice
is gorgeous.
My God.
Ashley Greene is one of the most beautiful people.
What
she was
happened
my
to her?
goal aesthetic. I don't know what she's doing at the moment, to be honest. I think she may still be working, but I don't know. I wanted to be her, and it shows in my photos from that time.
My God.
I had the pixie haircut. I dressed like her. I wore a denim vest. Like with it was like a cute one, like the
I understand.
Like the cropped denim vest, the halter style one.
Nice.
I had one of those, and I would wear like cute little frilly skirts with, of course, we have to go with the classic early aughts fashion choice of wearing capri leggings underneath a mini skirt.
Whoa.
Yeah, and ballet flats.
That was like the height of fashion.
Oh yeah.
Like,
that and like triple laying your camis.
Oh,
So you have
right.
like 4
yeah.
shirts on. It was like a
remember
revisiting
back in
of
the
the
day.
80s of when you stacked your polos. Yeah, it was the
Back
same
in the
thing.
day, I saw the girl with like the triple layered shirt. I was like, oh my God.
I don't know why. Why did
was
we
it?
think that was
It's like
hot?
she's got more because modest is hottest.
You are awakening
she's
so
leaving.
much religious trauma.
She's
right
leaving
now.
so much to the imagination.
You can still see her arms.
I gotta see what's under those 3 Hollisters.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's honestly true though.
I don't know. Alice was / is 100% like my
Your type.
And Jasper
Well,
as
that
well.
means you're my Jasper.
Aw.
It finally happened.
Oh.
I literally posted on Facebook. I edited
Don't.
a photo.
Oh, I remember.
I edited.
Oh
It's on
my
our
God.
Instagram page.
We have to do a picture dressed as them.
Oh my God.
It's destiny. And you could, long-term booking it and be like, I finally found him. And then maybe one of your high school friends will be like, she did it. You did it.
I'm gonna kill myself.
You did it, honey. Just like, the silent friend cheering for you in the
It's
background.
atrocious.
Could you imagine?
I want to jump off a bridge
We have to do it.
thinking about that.
I got the hair now, too.
I don't. I'd have to cut it.
Oh, that's fine.
I can.
All right.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I was
All right.
planning on growing it out, but we'll see. We'll see. Everybody looks so goddamn good now.
Yes.
I'm so happy for them.
Well, let's transition from that everyone looking amazing to slightly heavier topic of the damnation of the soul and how they may look better now, but the Colons, at least most of them,
Are still
all of
soulless.
them, do they all feel this way?
It's kind of unclear.
I feel like Alice and
I think
Jasper are
it's-
chilling.
Yeah, they don't really care.
Emmett seems fucking cool with everything.
He's a himbo. He doesn't give a shit
But,
about his
like,
soul.
Rosalie, who we'll get more of in the next
Jesus
movie.
Christ.
Jasper kind of doesn't feel great about it.
No.
But, like, Carlisle, I don't know what his wife does. She's, like, not in these at all. Edward,
Yeah.
definitely feel like, I'm undead. My soul is tarnished. I am worthless. Like, I would never wish this on anyone.
Yeah, which is a really
So
kind
what
of
if-
weird thing for me.
Yeah, what's up with
You'd
that?
think like 100 years in, you'd figure like, no, this is actually an amazing gift. And I
Right.
have so much potential to do good in my endless amount of lifetimes.
Right.
Why wouldn't you look at it through the lens of, I can be an angel on earth instead of a demon?
Yeah, you can do a lot of good.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what Carlisle does. That's how he justifies his existence.
And he's doing a great job.
Oh, yeah. He helps Bella after the accident on her birthday.
Right.
Stitches her up, takes all that broken glass out of her. And he even while he's doing good, he admits to Bella, like, I don't think I have a soul, and if I do, it's damned. Which is pretty fucking
what
dark.
does that mean, though? Like, what was Stephanie?
Yeah.
What was she going for there?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to look at through the Mormon lens, because, I don't know. Because theoretically, vampires represent immortality.
Yeah.
But it's also interesting because they're immortals on Earth. So they
they're
don't
not on their own
exist-
planet.
Yeah, they don't exist in their own realm.
And they'll never get their own planet.
I mean, maybe they will after they die.
But how do they die? Oh. I mean, I guess you're right.
I mean, and by die, I mean just are destroyed, I guess.
Yeah.
Stephanie Meyer wrote another book called The Host, and it's about aliens.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's pretty good.
It's a bad
but
movie.
it kind of explores like reincarnation concepts, which are pretty interesting. But in the realm of Twilight, I don't really understand the importance of souls. I don't know why it's a relevant conversation to even have, other than talking about vampires as monsters. But it's quickly revealed throughout the franchise, vampires are not monstrous. I mean, some of them are. They consume human blood, but it seems like even the ones that do are pretty strategic.
Those are the bad guys, though.
Yeah.
Those are the bad ones.
Yeah, but I don't know. And we'll get into it a little bit more in Breaking Dawn as we learn more about like worldwide vampirism and what that looks like.
Shit.
You forgot about that, didn't you?
My mind's being blown. I don't know why that's always so wild. Like, slight spoilers for 28 days, 28 weeks later.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen them by now, oh well. But it was always wild. 28 days, it's like, oh no, zombies are like in England. This shit's wild. What's the rest of the world doing? And then in 28 weeks, it spreads out a little bit further, still in England. But at the end of 28 weeks, you see them running the Zombos are running from the tunnel that connects like England to like France. And then you're like, fuck, it's going global, dog. Like everyone's screwed. And that's always like wild, you know, because you think, like, if it's happening here, is it happening everywhere else?
Yeah.
And then when you see it everywhere else, you're like, oh, we got screwed.
I mean, that's what happens with that's what happened with the pandemic.
Oh my God.
We lived
You like how I attached it to a fake franchise before, like,
before real life things that we've endured.
listen, I don't need to do this no more. I don't need to think about reality anymore. That's why we escape.
It's funny because a lot of people's reaction to the pandemic this year was watching pandemic films.
Right now,
and virus films. Yeah. And it's kind of what I did with my depression. It was like, I'm in it, I'm facing it, and I'm going to just dig even deeper in.
Yeah, you wallow in it.
Yeah.
Damn. And people did that this year.
We have the same brains now. And this is totally credited to the last podcast on the left. But we have the same brains now as we did in medieval times and even before then.
Oh, I totally believe it.
We were fucking dumb.
People like to act like we're so smart, but as the past year and a half has shown, we've learned nothing from our past.
Definitely not.
Everything is circular. Everything comes back around. People didn't believe in science in the past, and when scientists came up and said, hey, we should do these things that are proven, no, I'm not going to do that. And where are we today? And Carlyle, a man of science, but...
Yeah, it's interesting, and that was something that was always kind of... I shouldn't say always. An interesting concept that was brought up a few times as I was getting ready to leave the church was the idea of holding science and faith simultaneously. And there are people that can do that.
Always interesting.
It's always very interesting because there are like devout Christian, Catholic, Muslim, whatever denomination we're talking about. Astrophysicists. And it's like, how can you hold both at the same time? That's always been a really wild concept to me.
Right.
So I guess that's kind of like what Carlyle's character is.
Right.
It's balancing humanity, the afterlife, and science simultaneously. Right. But in Carlyle's defense, I guess, he's had, 500, 600 years to do this?
Right. How long has he been a vampire? He's been
around for a really long time. They talk about his rebirth, I should call it, when he became a vampire. I think it was in the 1600s.
1600s?
Yeah.
Good. What was he?
His father was a pastor.
Good God.
So that's probably where he gets all of his religious trauma from.
Which we'll get into in Eclipse.
Yes.
And again, how we have like the same brain, we're conditioned. Mm-hmm. These vampires have lived such long lives that they are literally like keeping old traditions alive in themselves. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
And passing them on to their children.
And passing it on. But they don't have children.
I mean, they're adopted children. Edward and other,
You know what? Sorry about that. You know what?
Children are children.
Biological children don't have to be the only children.
You're right.
You know? I'll watch myself.
Watching microaggressions.
Learning every day.
Shouts
out to all you kids out there who
got adopted.
I'm done doing this.
Yeah, I should stop this bit.
Okay. You like that next point, though?
I love this next point. This is kind of, I guess it just kind of ties in emotionally. When I was sad, I didn't really appreciate the kindness behind Edward's actions in New Moon. Because when he pulls Bella into the woods, I mean, he could have been a real asshole and just fucking left. He could have just gone.
Ghosted her
completely.
2021 Edward would have ghosted.
He would have ghosted her for sure. But he like pulls her into the woods and just kind of breaks her heart intentionally. It's in a way a parallel of what she did to her dad, Charlie.
Right.
Because he says everything he knows he has to say to hurt her enough to get her to let go.
That's a classic trope too.
Yes, it's a very good trope.
It's like, what do we call it? It's not Old Yeller. What's that? But you know the classic.
Oh, the Black Beauty, the horse one.
Classic. Like, why don't you get out of here, huh?
You filthy animal.
Can't you see I hate you?
Yeah.
And always, the kid's like tearing up.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. And the horse, being a horse, is like, I know you don't mean this, man.
Yeah. With his horse sense.
Why is this horse talking right now?
Yeah.
But the horse knows, like, I'm not understanding a word,
but I feel the energy.
I know he doesn't mean this.
I mean, horses can feel emotions.
But I gotta go.
But Kristen has not grown at all in this fucking franchise.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry.
Did you say in this franchise?
In this franchise at all.
Okay.
As an actress, she's completely grown. from after Twilight, she got so much better. But I feel like
she discovered herself.
Yeah, she was also just stuck in a character that refused to change at all. So how do you change as an actor when your character literally has to remain the same?
Right. She's like, if I can interject one more
go
time.
ahead.
She's almost like a video game, like silent protagonist, where she's supposed to be like the conduit to everything else, it feels. Yeah, her personality really is not that strong.
Yeah.
Because she needs to be able to like, oh, you as the reader are her. So you feel what she feels.
Yeah, and I don't want to like shit on Kristen Stewart.
No.
She's very talented.
Hey, Robert
She's
Pattinson,
working with the material she's been given.
Exactly, he shit on the material.
He still does. I love it.
But this man was acting here.
Oh my God, the scene where he has to say goodbye to Ella, A. Holy God,
that was it.
Thank you. I meant to say Bella when he's saying goodbye to Bella.
Saved it.
You know. It's like that video of the drunk girl in the club who trips and then she turns it into a breakdance move and she's like,
Professional podcast.
There you go. You're welcome. But Robert's acting in the scene where he's saying goodbye to Bella and breaking her heart and simultaneously breaking his own is so well acted. I never appreciated it until this watch through because I've seen these films like I would guess a dozen times, if not more than that.
Wow.
And watching him break her heart like that and him being in so much pain but still like being able to like kind of bite his lip through it and just get it out there and be able to do that. He did it so well. It's crazy how quickly he transformed under a new director, under a new aesthetic.
Right.
Oh my God, that pea coat he walks in.
Oh.
It's so good. It's so good. And that's like the most well acted scene in this entire film was that goodbye scene in the woods. Kristen's just like, Edward. And then she falls down and has a Snow White moment.
Yeah.
And then we were watching together and I was like, oh my God, she's having a Snow White moment in the woods where she's just crying like face down in the dirt like Snow White. And then she became Snow White.
Yeah.
And she was cast as Snow White in The Huntsman. Like, good for her.
Life imitates art.
Wild.
Art imitates life imitating art.
That's too many layers.
Art imitates art imitating life.
Life imitating art imitating life.
Yo.
You got
it. Yeah. So let me throw in another point here
Please
real quick, just because it's kind of along with the change in director.
Yeah.
It's also the Edward rolls up Volvo label out.
I think they may have done a relation,
now
like a brand deal with Volvo.
Now that I think of it, I feel like there were like commercials where it was
Holy
like
shit.
Volvo commercial and like Edward stepped out. You know what I mean?
I think you're right.
Right?
That might be like the collective subconscious, but I feel like that was a thing.
That's weird.
It's like advertising for
Volvo.
Nobody
with
really
Twilight
thought
characters.
about it though. Like
yeah.
my people, like that were into the franchise, the
people.
Twihards. My people, my culture at this point.
My culture
was just, thirst trapping teenage girls who could not afford cars.
But you can get an older boyfriend who owns a car.
Have I been being groomed by this franchise this whole time?
I don't know, but I don't own a Volvo, so sorry.
You got to get on that, please.
Battle scars.
You just got to get a horse from Texas, and then we'll be fine.
I got a Chevy. It's pretty much a horse.
It's got horsepower.
It's a horse name.
No, it's not.
You wouldn't know.
Chevrolet.
That's a horse's name.
Isn't that French?
Yeah, for horse.
No, it's not.
Look it up.
I'm not looking it up.
You want to talk about leaning into depression?
Oh, let's bury ourselves.
Oftentimes when people lean into depression, they start to maybe get a little reckless.
That's putting it lightly.
When you start self-hating, you start to get reckless. And what does Bella do for most of this film? She gets a little reckless.
Yeah.
Because when Edward left, he explicitly told her, don't do anything dangerous. So, of course, like a child, you tell her not to do something, she's going to do it more.
Yeah.
First of all, I must add, she goes to a movie with her friend Jessica.
Anna Kendrick.
And as they are leaving, Jessica is she's got the gift of gab.
She won't shut the
She's
fuck
just running
up.
off at the mouth. Bella's obviously not paying attention. And Jessica says the line, like, I know you got your old depression and all that, but like, why didn't you call me? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, girl. Just not paying attention to your friends' like wants and needs. Not paying attention to her going through a tough time.
Yeah.
Because it's all about you, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that is like strategic because, and we can circle back to this with like Stephanie's intentions. But I think what Jessica's character provides is like a foil to Bella, because Jessica is the stereotypical teenage girl.
Yeah.
And Bella breaks most of those tropes.
She's quirky.
She's quirky. She's
sad.
Not coordinated. She isn't interested in prom. She
quirky.
Doesn't fit the quote unquote traditional stencil that we give teen girls.
You know why I wear this hat? It's because I'm weird. I like it, and I'm weird. I don't fit in.
Very nice. Thanks for bringing that show into all of this.
You're welcome.
I definitely do think that the intentions of that were to make her not only be a stereotypical teen girl, but also be annoying. It was interesting to see that. But then Bella makes the bonehead decision of hopping on a motorcycle with a 40-year-old idiot.
Yeah, who was visibly balding.
Yeah, he was not even cute.
They couldn't even make the guy attractive?
No.
I guess that was to show that Bella didn't care.
She was just so desperate to see Edward, or at least a ghost version of him.
Right. So she starts doing reckless things, and for some reason sees like hologram Edward, who is actively... Is it ever shown that he... No, it's not actually happening. It's just in her mind?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they have superpowers. I was like, maybe he's
No,
like...
I understand where,
telekinetically...
It's not telepathy or anything like that. And I get it. I mean, she's gone through multiple traumatic experiences at this point.
Right.
And sometimes your brain can break in just the right way that you start hallucinating. I think that's what it is. It's been over a decade since I've read these books, with the exception of Twilight. So I think that it is just her willing him into existence, basically.
Right.
It's dumb as shit, but I mean, I guess I kind of did that too. Hurting yourself to feel something kind of thing. Yeah. That's why people self-harm.
Right.
It's an escape, and it makes you feel something.
Mm-hmm.
So even though she wasn't actively trying to hurt herself, she was putting herself in situations where she could potentially get really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that healthy?
It's very not, which leads us perfectly into another point. How did you feel about the portrayal of a young girl endangering herself pretty much for a guy, like for attention?
Yeah. It's really unhealthy to think about and look at, especially in retrospect, like just how invested I was in this franchise and how much I cared about these characters, thinking that that was normal behavior.
Right.
You know, it's funny because as we watch these films, I'm starting to realize my favorite character is probably Charlie.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that keeps everybody grounded. He's like, this isn't healthy. This isn't normal. You need to create distance. You need to move on. You need to hang out with different people.
You're right.
And growing up, I fucking hated Charlie. Because I wanted to be...
Dad.
Yeah, I wanted to be the edgelord sad bitch who just cried all the time.
Can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And... in retrospect, it's like, no, Charlie is absolutely right. He cares about his daughter. He wants her to be happy and healthy. And if that means trying to pretend to be okay until you can be okay again, that's what you need to do.
Right. Which I guess, sort of we've been watching, I guess I'll do another plug, Defunct Land on YouTube. And he's been covering, well, we've been watching the TV series ones.
Yeah.
And that sort of ties into us also watching Bluey.
Yeah.
I'm just full of the plugs here today,
We love it.
You can call me Edward with the Volvo.
Oh, no. See, I was thinking you were the 1940s operator, just plugging all those wires
into holes. Making connections. Yeah, it definitely goes with the portrayal of adults and parents in media.
Yeah.
Oftentimes when you're a kid, adults are portrayed as like antagonistic. Like the things that they do, you don't really get that a lot of times, whether intentionally or not, because some parents in media are just like made to be antagonists. But a lot of times the parents do have their children's interests at the forefront.
Yes.
But then when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, well, they're getting in the way. But as you grow up, you start to see like, oh, wow, he's actually making really good points, and he's actually like cares about his child.
Yeah.
But you just,
Charlie's the only real hero in this franchise.
Oh, wow.
Because everybody else is doing things out of their own self-interest.
What about Carlisle?
I don't know. I mean, Carlisle is heroic in a sense.
He's a good dad.
He's a good dad. I never said he was a bad dad. But he is also...
selfish?
Yeah.
Because he, made a family for himself? Mm-hmm. And I guess in some ways...
he forced almost everybody into his life.
Don't want
out of
that.
Loneliness.
Yeah.
which is, and Carlisle talks about that in Twilight
Well, at
in
least
the
he
book.
can admit it.
Yeah, he's like, one thing that immortals struggle with the most is loneliness.
Wow.
Which is why a lot of them result to barbarism,
Whoa.
becoming these monsters because they've completely lost touch with their actual humanity.
Lean into it.
So he coped by creating this family, starting with Edward and then Renee, and then the rest of his family from there.
Edward was the first?
And yeah, Edward was the first.
He made a son first before he got a wife.
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Real kings make kids by themselves.
This man is a fucking seahorse. Just, squeezing him out.
Good. He said, I'm good. I don't need none of that.
Oh, boy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but he was so depressed. That's why he needed Edward in his life.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it out of selfishness. But it, I guess it kind of just turns into the whole thing of nobody asks to be born.
Right. No one has to be born. No one has to be turned into a vampire.
Mm-hmm. It's just things that are thrust onto people.
You get thrust upon. Oh, and in a weird way, even though Edward and all the other family was already alive, Carlisle did force them into a sort of new birth, Yes. And that's what just being a kid is. Mm-hmm. Being born into this world, being anyone is yeah. Well, now you're this new thing. Yeah. You didn't ask for any of this, but now you have to live with it.
Yeah, and in a way, this is and unfortunately in American culture, there isn't a lot of portrayals of female coming of age stories.
Right.
Female coming of age stories. The closest one I can think of is Peter Pan.
Oh, Peter Pan.
Yeah, because it's about Wendy
with the classic
becoming a woman. She's about to start menstruating, which means she doesn't get to share a room with her brothers anymore. She has to grow up and start becoming a woman. Wow. And that's why she comes up with the fantasy of Peter Pan and having to confront this situation where she has to stop being a kid. Right. It's interesting. This is a big tangent, but it's really interesting to talk about. The actor that plays Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter franchise, he played the live action version of Captain Hook.
Oh, shit.
In the Peter Pan, 2007 movie
with
or whatever.
Robin Williams?
No, that's Hook.
Oh, no. Okay.
This is the one that I was whew, I was in love with Peter, but now as an adult, I'm in love with Hook. Because Hook represents the, female gaze. Oh, he's shit. A subversive character, and Wendy's kind of attracted to him, and she doesn't understand why. And it's because she's not quite a woman yet. But he represents the adult world and how scary that is, but how necessary it is to dive into. Wow. Yeah, it's a great, but I said.
How's he looking in that?
Oh, so fucking hot.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got one arm and just chest hair.
Does he go, I was about to say, do we get to see chest?
Oh, it's so nice. There's a scene where he's shirtless and he's cranking his arm on, and I'm like,
oh, he cranking something.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, he ain't the only one cranking.
Yeah, it's great. But
all right.
It's funny because this is a female coming of age story.
That's true.
In a very conservative sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's conservative or not, because there is a lot of sexual tension in these books, which is innate in any vampire story.
Especially
in these next two. Yeah, these next two coming up. That is the whole crux.
God, there's so much we could talk about with this because vampires are classically portrayed as sexy and
they're succubi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because they're always, with the beginning of the introduction of Count Dracula, he's forbidden and lust and oh my God, he bites necks, and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
It's crazy.
It's wild. And that kind of, maybe we should talk a little bit about other monsters in the franchise since we're kind of on this note right now.
Oh, yeah.
With werewolves.
Can get to that, yeah.
Yeah. It's just really interesting because Bella can wholeheartedly believe in vampires, but can't pull out her dumb head from her own ass to figure out, oh, Jake's sick because he's a werewolf. Right. And he literally told me this 7 months ago. Right. And I've just repressed the even mere concept that, oh, well, if vampires are real, then werewolves must be too.
Right. It was
real dumbass move on her part. It was
somewhat baffling in this film that at this point, Bella has fully understood and grasped the concept that vampires are actually tangible, real things in her universe. Yeah. But then when Taylor Lautner reveals that he is a werewolf and his tribe, they have werewolves in the tribe, and this is the movie where it introduces them and you get ever more into the tribe their culture, the fact that they're werewolves, they're protectors, they defend people, they fight vampires, which is always interesting that werewolves and vampires are at odds in many franchises. Which I wonder where that comes from. Is that like classically a thing?
I don't think so. I think that the crossover potential is probably associated with night because werewolves
they just fight
change
for
at
territory.
night. Yeah, potentially.
Which we'll definitely get to here in a second because we're already on the topic of werewolves. But Bella understands the vampires are real and then is baffled by the idea that werewolves are also real. And it's like, girl, vampires are just the same, if not more insane than werewolves.
Yeah.
What? Why are you confused? Oh my God.
What?
We didn't mention, we saw...
Oh, right. Life and Death.
There's a Twilight retelling.
Yeah.
It's
gender bent.
Yeah. Where Edward is a woman.
Edwina? What's her
No,
name?
it's
so
like,
bad.
It's not Elvira, but it's like Elvira, or it's like Eve or
Yeah.
Eva or something, which, my God. Like a vampire woman.
Oh my God. I have it
Hot.
I actually got it in my library audiobook
Right.
hold list, so I will
So
be
maybe
listening
at
soon.
some point, some supplemental, like, ooh.
I'm sure
Just a
that's
short
hot.
episode. We could do shorts.
Cute.
Talking about mysticism, I guess, cryptids, all that stuff. One thing that sort of ties these things together and is seemingly, I guess, a real way to describe why we think all these crazy, creepy things exist is sleep,
Yes.
nightmares, night terrors, which Bella definitely goes through in this, which again ties into, depression and stuff. So
I can relate. I had night terrors.
if you want to take it away.
Yeah. So I had a night terror episode for about 2 months leaning into my freshman year. I was just having a lot of anxiety and that crept into my subconscious. And basically what would happen is I'd go to sleep at night and I would wake up screaming and crying. And I would like sleepwalk to my parents' room and I would be like, I need help. And then my mom would just be like, what's wrong? And then I would say, I don't know. And then they'd tell me to go back to bed. And I'd wake. Thanks for the comfort, guys.
Get
No
out
hugs,
of here.
No back pats.
What's wrong? I don't know. If you don't get out of my room right now.
Yeah, I probably could have been coddled a little bit more. That could have helped me.
They threw the pillow.
Donk. Yeah, they told me to go back to bed, and then I would, and then I'd sleep, and then I'd wake up the next day, and they'd be like, you did it again. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, boy.
And they'd be like, you came into our room last night, again, scream crying.
Right.
And I was like, sorry.
Sorry,
I don't
guess.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really bad because it was just, it was, I never really saw things. It was more like smells and sounds.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, I would hear an old woman screaming like out in pain, and I'd smell burning rubber like on tires. And then I would see like transient shapes and colors, but I couldn't escape like the void I was stuck in. It's like I could hear things happening around me, but I had no influence on them. It was really scary.
As I've said before, that's very ominous. But my goodness. Yeah.
What about you, Victor? What about your sleep paralysis?
Yeah, my only thing, I had multiple episodes. I've had sleep paralysis happen multiple times in my life. Thankfully, not any time recently. Yeah. There's only been, I guess, in times of like super extreme despair, anxiety, which I had a lot of anxiety not that long ago, but luckily sleep paralysis did not come back. Sleep, the things that you see when you're asleep, like sleep paralysis, I would not wish on anyone. It was the scariest time of my life. I don't know about you. It seems like, you weren't really conscious of it happening, what you were doing.
And if I was conscious, it was for a very brief moment. But yeah.
But for myself, like sleep paralysis, once it happened to me, I was immediately conscious of it. And it was 100% that thing where I was afraid to go to sleep, Like I would stay up. I remember staying up as late as I could. That way, when I eventually did go to sleep, in my mind, I would be so exhausted I couldn't dream. Therefore, I couldn't have sleep paralysis. So that was my way of like coping with it, because I was 100% like, I can't sleep.
Yeah, I mean, when your brain is your enemy.
Yeah, I was like, if I sleep, I'm gonna have this happen, and then I'm gonna wake up scared, shitless, breathing hard. It was intense. Which is interesting because Bella goes through night terrors.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to connect it a little bit to you, Charlie, we see the parent go through it, along with how, your parents had to go through it as well. So you sort of can start to see, I'm sure, just like Charlie was portrayed for your parents, at first it was very scary, and then you're like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, just shut the hell up. No,
Get the pillow.
my
Where's
mom
my
was
pillow?
my mom was so close to taking me to a psych unit though. She was like on the verge of getting me.
I can understand.
Somewhere.
I can only imagine. Again, we get a glimpse of it. Charlie, he's like, oh,
he can't.
There's nothing you can do to help.
Sleep. It's like having a newborn. She's not resting.
Right.
And she's constantly waking him up.
With yells and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's scary.
And we'll get into it in Eclipse, but we see Charlie, her father, unable to help her. Yeah. And then in Eclipse, we get to see Edward, and he can't help her.
Yep.
Which is interesting that she did that.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of showing, I guess, in a weird way. Maybe we're giving Stephanie Meyer a lot more credit.
I don't think she's quite as
eloquent
or forethoughty as
we discovered
forethoughty yada yada.
Ooh, hey,
made up a new word today.
Hey, if it's up, then it's up.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
But I feel like we're making a lot of good connections here. Where like, and I mean that's just media in general, right? Mm-hmm. It is what you can make of it.
For sure.
But there are a lot of great connections here.
Definitely.
I think we should start wrapping up.
Yeah, we should get into Eclipse territory.
Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about this more in Eclipse, since we're going to get into Eclipse here in a second. But feels like Stephanie Meyer gave the werewolves the only like big POC character group.
Yeah.
The brown people. Gave them pretty much almost all negative traits. Yep. Obviously, they're great. Billy Black, good father, whatever. They have good things, but a lot of their traits are negative.
Yeah.
Which I found very interesting as a brown man being like, okay, well, why do brown people so aggressive?
Why was this about? Mm-hmm.
Hey, why is he walking with a limp? Why's he got a bandana out of his pocket? What the hell's going on?
Okay, there are no cholo werewolves in this franchise.
Oh, could you imagine,
Oh, my God, that's sick. Mexican werewolves?
Mexican werewolf?
Oh my God. That sounds so sick.
That'd be dope.
Would they be wolves? Or would they look more...
They'd be lobos.
Lobos.
Los lobos.
I guess they still would be wolves. I'm just wondering if like the coloring would change depending on the region. Because they would be more of a desert wolf.
Deserty? Oh.
Or like a coyote kind of coloring.
Yeah. They'd be fast.
Stephanie, you squandered so much opportunity.
Right. The last thing is Robert Pattinson. We were at a recent gathering.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, God.
they brought up the fact that Robert Pattinson apparently has a weird nipple. If you go, you can Google Robert Pattinson nipple. Apparently it's a thing. You'll see it. It's
very prominent in the scene where he's trying to kill himself in New Moon, where he's about to step out into the sun and he drops the robe.
And I'm like, it ain't that bad.
Why are we shitting on this boy, huh?
Yeah, why are we body shaming?
He's a person.
That is a person.
That's a person.
That's someone's son.
That's someone's brother. I don't know if he has siblings, to be honest.
Oh my God.
I know nothing about Robert Pattinson. I'm learning.
Good.
I'll keep it that way. I don't deserve to know him.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think his nipple's that crazy.
It's just slightly lower than his other one.
Slightly lower.
And it's got a very prominent ring of hair around it.
Yeah.
But who doesn't have a weird body thing,
I was about to say, who doesn't have hair on their nipple?
Porn stars, I guess, because they've been lasered off. Anyway.
To end New Moon, Edward, he brings Bella back to the house and is asking them, hey, let's take a vote. Should we turn Bella into a vampire or not? And pretty much the whole family, save for Edward and Rosalie, says, yeah, we should. And Edward takes the decision that's happening for Bella's life, and he says, why are you doing this to me?
Specifically to Carlisle.
Which parents... That's the theme of New Moon, apparently. Yeah,
just why are you doing this to me?
Just parents.
When really these parents are just doing their best. Yeah. They're just doing their damnedest to
But that's
be
what angst is.
A good parent.
That's what angst is.
That's so funny. Love it. Let's get into Eclipse territory, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite film of the franchise. And it's probably, or I don't know if it still is my favorite, We'll find out at the end of this after we do Breaking Dawn. But
Let me tell you something real quick. Might be my favorite.
you like
wanna
Eclipse?
know why?
Why?
Jasper.
Oh, right.
My boy gets
It's
to
a
shine.
huge draw.
My boy gets to shine, but something happens.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
I mean, you already said it earlier, but...
The Confederacy.
Oh, fucking... Why'd you have to go there, Steph?
You want to talk about it right now?
Yeah, we might as well.
We
From
may
the
as
top.
well, because it's so insane. It is the most questionable choice in the entire franchise
I
that
mean,
she made for me.
I don't think so, but yeah.
You don't think so?
I think it's the second most questionable choice.
Have we seen the first most?
What? No, we won't see the first one until next film.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay, but this is insanely...
Yeah, it's completely unnecessary, and it does absolutely nothing to serve the plot whatsoever.
As the kids these days would say, it's very sus.
So sus.
Let me break it down for you. So we've seen Jasper lurking in the background. Twilight, New Moon.
Genuinely done nothing up to this
For
point.
2 films, he's said maybe 5 lines total. A couple of those are repeat lines. They're all pretty much say, I would like to not kill Bella, or I would like to kill Bella, thus far.
Perfect.
In this movie, though, Jasper, my dog, gets to shine.
Mm-hmm.
He's like built up as this incredibly tactical guy who's like great at fighting. He pretty much comes up with the whole plan to defeat the major threat
In Eclipse.
in Eclipse.
The newborn army.
Yes. He trains everyone. He does all that. And at one point during their training, which he's killing, by the way, and his girl Alice, he was so proud of her.
Mm-hmm.
Bella asks him, how are you, like, why do you know all this? How are you so good at combat? How do you know all these strategies? And Jasper says, well, now that's a story I could tell you. We do a flashback.
God damn it.
And Jasper was alive during the Civil War. Nay, he fought in the Civil War. Better yet, what side was he on?
Not the right one, that's for sure.
Jasper was a Confederate soldier.
Why?
Why?
If she wanted him to be in Texas, and you brought up this point as we were talking about it during the movie,
Yeah.
he could have fought for the Union and been
Exactly.
from Texas.
I don't give a shit what these losers, I don't know, don't need to get too aggressive.
They lost. They're
But
losers.
the Confederate lost. Y'all didn't get to keep your slaves. It wasn't for states' rights, because it was states' rights to have slaves.
Yep.
You lost. Slavery was shit. It'd always be shit. The Confederacy was shit. The idea to make this man who was, like, highly likable,
He's so charming.
so charming, the idea that he would fight for the Confederacy makes no sense.
No. Not at all.
And it's just like I said, she could have either made him from any of the other states that, were northern states, and then still had him have a southern accent. Maybe he moved there or something.
Mhm.
Or literally just be from Texas and realize, no, I'm not going to fight for the Confederacy. I'll fight for the Union.
Yeah, there's something like inherently racist in this because like in Mormonism, part of Mormon culture was fighting in the Mexican-American War. Like a lot of Mormon men went off and like tried to kill
you're
all those
right.
Mexican people
Try to
during
kill
this
me.
time. Yeah, they were trying to kill you. And like,
I was running around back then.
get the hell out of the West. So that was probably just like internalized quote unquote xenophobia,
Get
even though
them
Mexicans
out of there.
were in this country way before white people were.
Yeah, but it was just insane to me.
Why did he have to be a
Why would
Confederate
you
soldier?
make him a Confederate soldier? Make him from the Union, then all that's washed away.
Yep.
And then, which I thought was somewhat kind of cool,
Mm-hmm.
but also not cool now that I'm thinking about it. Jasper's backstory, how he became a vampire. He was a Confederate soldier. Why? He runs into like 3 Latin women.
Yeah.
3
well,
Latinas.
but it's hard to tell if they are Latin, except for Maria.
Uh-huh.
We know Maria is Latina, but her like 2 side chicks
Right.
are
Somewhat.
are
They're
ambiguous
light-skinned. They're
or
light-skinned.
light skinned.
But
Yeah.
Maria,
Mm.
she, is brown. He walks up to her and she's like, oh, I could use you. Turns him into a vampire during the Civil War. He brings up the fact that during the Civil War there were huge vampire battles. Apparently vampires, not
Newborns,
surprising. Yeah, probably wanted to be racist too. I'm going to throw that out there.
Oh, definitely. The long term, we have to maintain the status quo, right?
So Stephanie Meyer somewhat made a cool choice in the fact that, like, during the Civil War to end slavery, there was a Mexican woman who was in power
Yeah.
calling the shots.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a villain. And she was
Yeah,
ultimately...
Yeah.
She made Jasper kill younglings.
Yeah.
Which
we
was
went with the
insane.
Star Wars route. Yeah.
Ain't that something?
And he made it very clear that he feels everything that everyone else is feeling.
Because Jasper, my boy Jasper's power, his quirk, if you watch My Hero Academia, which I don't.
No, me either.
I might even be wrong about that.
It's perfect.
His power is that he can feel and manipulate the emotions of others.
Mm-hmm.
So Maria.
Beautiful.
She uses him,
Mm-hmm.
manipulates his feelings for her, which I guess, he loved the Mexican woman.
Apparently.
I digress. She uses his ability to manipulate emotions to control her armies.
Mm-hmm.
And he says when she ordered him to kill the weaker ones, a lot of times children, he would feel all their pain before and during the act of killing them. So this man has...
PTSD.
and he has visible...
battle scars.
There it is.
Sorry, I thought I was gonna say depression.
Probably some of that too. But he found Alice.
Aw.
So I'm gonna
She
leave
found
it.
him.
I'm gonna leave it on this positive note,
Mhm.
which is adorable, because
Yeah.
Alice can see into the future, and Jasper's like, I thought I loved Maria. I was lost, but I didn't know what was coming. And then he hints that Alice said that she saw him coming,
Yeah.
in the future, and she says oh, you made me wait long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, he had to wait long enough for her to show up.
Yeah.
Either way, it was very cute because she I'm a romantic at heart, and I
Mhm.
like the idea that she saw oh, a man's gonna come that's gonna love me,
Mm-hmm.
which is adorable.
It's very nice. Yeah. And
So Jasper,
it's pretty cool.
Confederate soldier for some fucking reason. Despite that, people can change, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the lesson,
Mm-hmm.
because he never shows that he's racist.
No.
He did kill a black person during the fight against the newborns, but I'm willing to give him a pass.
Benefit
on that.
of the doubt. They were the enemy, so he just had to.
He didn't seem to do any more
It wasn't
aggressively.
targeted.
He didn't seem to. That one's
It
mine.
was not a hate crime.
He didn't say I'm gonna kill that man.
Pointing from across the
Yeah.
field. Jesus Christ.
But oh boy, questionable
Yeah.
at best.
Speaking of questionable choices, imprinting is introduced in
Oh,
Eclipse.
boy.
I get it. It is a real life animal world concept.
Do they do that?
Yeah, it's a biological thing. So
Aw.
imprinting it's like our concept of marriage. When animals mate for life, that is basically imprinting. That's them choosing their life partner.
Little penguins?
Yeah, penguins
Aw.
do it. Ducks do it most of the time.
It's mostly birds that mate for life.
Lots of birds mate for life. Some mammals, but we're introduced to imprinting, which is something that the werewolves apparently exclusively feel.
They zing.
They zing. God, Hotel Transylvania is so good.
So good.
It's so good. Yeah, imprinting, Jacob describes it as being like gravity, but instead of gravity holding you to this life, it's that person. And you'll do anything and be anything to be there for them, which is an intense thing. And he claims that the only reason he knows this is because of the Sam, Emily, Leah love triangle that is within the tribe.
Right.
And he knows this because they share kind of a hive mind. They hear each other's thoughts and they have no choice but to hear each other's thoughts, which is super fucking awkward.
Oh my God.
No privacy? Are you kidding me?
It's like your parents picking up the phone line when you're talking to your crush.
And
all
everybody
the
reading
time.
your diary.
All the time.
There's no secrets. You're jerking it in the bathroom. Everybody
They
knows.
literally
Yeah.
know. Because multiple times in the film, they're like, oh, we heard Taylor Lautner thinking oh,
Jake. Call him Jake.
we heard Taylor saying he wants to bang Bella. Guys, can we be cool?
It's not cool.
Can we be cool and
Super
just let the
fucking
man,
gross.
at least don't tell Bella.
Well, and that's, getting back into it, that's another bad trait that
Yeah.
the wolves have.
Let me get this out real quick.
Please
Because it's
do.
insane. The werewolves, they're a pretty cool group of characters.
Oh,
And they
definitely.
have a great backstory. I feel like Stephanie Myers gave them so many negative traits because they're highly aggressive, especially when they turn, which is similar to the vampires, I guess, but they have a hive mind. They intrude on each other's thoughts, never want to really work with other people.
Very stubborn.
She just gave them so many negative traits, and we see it portrayed so much in Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he took all of Edward's dick energy from the first film and then made it even worse.
Yeah.
In these last two films.
And the thing that seems like super unfair and what is just like a continuation of a very toxic trope is, you know, something that's been happening for decades, especially in American culture, is the hyper violence that people of color, especially men of color,
get attributed
to.
And of course, Sam, the leader of the werewolves, he has a wife?
A fiance.
He has a fiance who has a visible scar on her face. Why? Because he got mad and hit her, essentially.
Yeah, he like transformed while she was too close and
right.
hit her. Supposedly the woman he loves. And
right.
he does love her because he imprinted on her.
But then again, another portrayal of love that's very problematic. Because what is that, you know?
Yeah.
Because in terms of domestic violence situations, you know, you often do, at least from what I could hear, what I understand, a lot of times people do love the people that abuse them. That's not okay. It's not an excuse. It's not all that, you know, stuff like that. So it's just weird. It's weird that she did that. Like, you couldn't have made it one of the vampires, you know, or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was just weird.
Well, and it's a further othering of people of color, because you took this woman who is already part of a marginalized group, made that group even more marginalized, and then marginalized her by having a visible deformity. What the hell are you doing? Why are we creating so much otherness? We already know that these people are a select group. We don't need to push it even further.
Right.
Not to mention that Stephanie, which in her credit, I think the intention was pure in the idea that she wanted to represent a native population.
Yeah.
Which is a noble thing. And to get the Quileute tribe is real. They are a real tribe in Port Angeles area. They're alive and well and, you know, still struggling to function in some aspects. They recently did like a fundraiser because they had some property damage from a fire, I believe. But anyway, it's a real place with real people. And
I wonder,
yeah,
have they ever said anything about their portrayal in these books?
I don't know if there's ever been any outreach or if there is any truth to,
like, if they felt a certain way about it.
Yeah, and I'm
or
curious
like
if
the
there's
backstory or stuff.
I'm curious if there are real world
I wonder if they were tied
tribal
to like
stories tied
too.
into wolves. I don't know.
That'd be interesting to find out.
That's on us to do research on.
We could research, and or if somehow anyone from the tribe has connections to the tribe is listening, reach out to us.
Yeah. Did you get any money
from
the franchise? Because you should have been paid somehow.
Sho-Dependent@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or on the Twitter, the Instagram, Sho-Dependent. Reach out. Let us know. That would be very interesting.
Yeah, because I'm really interested in how the tribe was treated during all of this.
Because as a brown man, I felt somewhat slighted by some of the portrayals.
I think a lot of it does come to intent, but it's a conversation worth having because these films and these books definitely have real world implications because we have very, very limited expressions of Native culture in our American consciousness. It's usually cowboys, sometimes white cowboys in blackface, killing Native people, and them being always portrayed as malicious and evil and the people that need to be stopped.
Right.
Yeah.
So very interesting. Another portrayal of a Native American population by a white woman.
Yep.
So that's what I would like to see.
I want to know what her research was.
I suppose that ties in perfectly here. Jacob is a piece of shit for a lot of this film.
Yeah.
He surprise kisses Bella.
Yeah, big rapey energy. Hated that.
Yeah. Edward, he just gets better and better.
Edward, yeah. But it's only because Jake is there to be an asshole by contrast.
True. The short of it is Taylor Lautner. I think I just called him the wrong name a second ago. But Taylor Lautner, he...
Perfect.
Got to keep kayfabe.
Jesus Christ.
He confesses his love to Bella, says, I want you to be with me, and kisses her to, like, prove that she loves him. Which, fellas, women, anyone out there...
Nobody do that.
Don't ever just force a kiss.
Not cool.
She immediately right hooks this man. breaks her hand. A very comical moment.
Oh, so
However,
funny. You laughed so hard. It was great.
The Foley artist killed it right there.
Oh, yeah. It was such a good thunk.
As soon as they come back, Edward immediately knows.
Mm-hmm.
And he just gets in Taylor's face and is like, why don't you get some consent the next time you do that?
Yeah.
She didn't want it. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was very interesting because a lot of their love portrayals in this franchise are not great.
Oh, definitely not.
But that was good.
Yeah. But on the flip side of that, Edward also fucks up Bella's car so she can't see Jake.
I forgot.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit still, guys. Let's not forget that.
Hey, he's still manipulative.
Oh, yeah.
And all that.
Very... Oh, it's
The
really
love
bad.
the love portrayed in this film is...
It's because it's not love.
Yeah.
It's just passion.
Ooh, yeah.
That's all it is. On Jake and Bella's part, especially.
Passion.
It's hard because Edward, one, he doesn't really know what love is. He's experiencing it for the first time, but he's seen it portrayed for a much longer time in healthy ways than Bella has. Bella's going through this for the first time. So is Jake, but he's going through all these hormonal changes and he's becoming a werewolf at the same time.
He's a young boy.
Yeah, he's younger than Bella, so he's going through things at the same time too. So every portrayal of love has a twinge of fucked up to it.
Right.
And it's like, oh, guys, just can we see one healthy relationship, please? Please.
I suppose the only somewhat healthy thing is Bella's relationship with her parents. I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I guess we should mention now the fact that Bella's turning into a vampire is looming.
Yeah.
As much as Edward doesn't want it to happen, as much as Taylor doesn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
She wants it. Part of that is that she won't ever get to see her parents again or like her life again. It has to be
She's
all
basically
left in
gonna
the past.
die.
Yeah. So the Colons seemingly have pretty much told Bella, you need to go see your mom before this happens. So they give her plane tickets and all that.
Mm-hmm.
She goes and spends time with her mom. It's a nice little moment. You know, they bond, throw some memories out. She at the end says, I miss you, Mom, which, you know, we could take as she knows she's never going to see her again, pretty much.
Yeah.
So she's already saying, like, I miss you for the future.
Yeah.
Her mom just takes it as...
Oh, I missed you too, honey.
My big point here is the fact that, and I know they somewhat explain it away in the last one. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's been a while since
What
I've
their
seen
explanation is. But in this film, Charlie says to Bella, if my kid went missing, if you went missing, I would never stop looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty messed up when you know that she is essentially going to go missing.
Yeah.
If that is the case, then Charlie's just going to spend the rest of his life looking for her.
Yeah.
And he's going to, like, die a heartbroken old man who, like, thinks that his daughter abandoned him or got kidnapped or was murdered or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how they explain it.
I don't know. And, you know, we'll have more closure with the next two films.
Right.
But...
Because can they never have contact? I guess if she could make a phone call or two, that would solve this.
Yeah, but I don't understand what the difference... I mean, just fly him out and have him go on a quote-unquote vacation and have Charlie come visit for a weekend.
He can't come hang in Alaska for a weekend.
And I think, like, what the ultimate thing is it has to do with Volturi.
Right.
Because it's, like, their cardinal rule, like, nobody can know
right.
about us. So I think that's the overarching justification of keeping humans out of the loop.
That's true.
But from the jump, that's been broken.
Right.
We initially break that rule from the beginning of these books.
Right off the bat, that rule is broken.
You're like, we got to break this rule now.
Yeah, she found that out pretty easily.
Yeah, she's like, oh,
if
vampire.
Bella could figure it out.
Yeah, this dunce. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
How was the rest of the world not figured it out by now?
I don't know. The cuck scene in the tent, can we please talk about that?
Oh, yeah, and that connects to what I was saying when Charlie couldn't help Bella in the first one, and now Edward can't help Bella in this one.
Yeah, as we've established, vampires are cold.
Yeah.
They're basically like cold-blooded creatures.
They're
don't
hard
get
as
warm.
stone, baby.
They're hard like rock, and they're cold as stone.
Never not hard.
But basically, Bella's forced into this ice-cold tent in the middle of a snowstorm. And fortunately for her, she's got a nice, hot, ab-covered blanket named Jacob Black.
Does he ever wear a shirt? That was hilarious.
In this film, yes. He does wear a shirt like once, but yeah. Yeah, because in order to keep Bella safe from Victoria, the wolves and vampires decide to like come to an agreement to take shifts to protect the swans. So
Charlie just hanging.
yeah, he's just living his life. He has no idea any of this shit's going on.
He doesn't know anything.
No.
He's just like,
Better to be in the dark, I think.
Good old Chuck, huh? You think someone calls him Chuck?
Oh, I think he's called Chuck by one of his friends.
Billy Black.
I could be wrong. Yeah, the cuck scene in the tent where Taylor's like, I see you got me calling him Taylor. God damn it.
That's his name.
Jacob.
Who's that?
He wants to shut the hell up. Jacob is able to keep Bella alive, basically. Well, that might be extreme, but at least from getting
Not
hypothermia by cuddling her and keeping her warm inside of the sleeping bag. And of course, he's got to throw out the survival line of, you get a lot warmer a lot faster if we took our clothes off. And I was like, I'm into this, but
Edward's like,
not cool.
Proceed.
Go ahead. I'll watch. Yeah. Stephanie loves cucking her audience.
I like to watch.
It's great.
And the whole time he's pretty much making eye contact like, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is kind of getting Edward back because earlier Edward sees Taylor watching them, when they're sort of
making out or whatever.
Yeah, and he just makes it a point to make out with Bella right in front of him.
Yeah, they're very immature.
Classic masculinity right there, baby.
So
you
dumb.
know what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
But at least that scene provides some context of like the thought process of what Edward is thinking, because in that scene Edward reveals like, while I was gone and considering killing myself for 7 months, I did contemplate her being happy with you. And I do think that she could have been. So at least he's able to admit that.
Which was cool, I think that's a good trait.
Mm-hmm.
You always have to weigh the pros and cons of being like, am I offering enough for them to justifiably be with me? And it's cool that Edward did that because he did consider, I love this person, but would she be better off without me?
Mm-hmm.
And I still feel like in a lot of ways Edward does feel that way because he says essentially that she's made up her mind.
Yes.
And he would never ask her to do something she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool now that I say it because he's giving her the power, because he also says in this, if she chose a life without him, he would leave her alone.
Yeah.
So, Edward, he is getting good traits in this.
He's becoming a lot more likable. That's for sure.
But I suppose at the expense of
Jacob being an asshole. Oh, damn. We do need to talk about Rosalie's origin story.
I was just looking
we
at
already
that.
got Jasper. We need to hit on Rosalie.
We got Jasper's backstory, which was interesting. But Rosalie's backstory, I was sitting here like,
Mouth agape, just shook to the heavens.
I completely forgot. Would you like to tell it?
Sure, I'll tell it. So Rosalie, in her past life, she grew up in like the 40s, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's about the time frame she was coming of age. She's getting ready to get married. She started courting this like socialite asshole who just flirts and fucks all the women in the town. But she doesn't really care because she's ignorant in love, and she's in love with the idea of love, and she wants to become a mother and have a family, and that is her life path. Like, that is her goal, which is awesome for her, except for the fact she chose the wrong guy to hang out with.
Oh boy, did she.
So basically one night she's like walking home from a friend's house, and she runs into this piece of shit who is with his friends who are openly drinking and getting drunk in public. What turns into an introduction becomes a gang rape. And they proceed to take advantage of her and beat her essentially to death.
Yeah, it's
until
insane.
Carlisle finds her in the street, covered in her own blood, begging for death. But he turns her, and then
selfishly, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But saves her mortal life, but also doesn't.
Yeah.
Saves her undead
and
life.
she says that she would have preferred to die.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Because she was just begging for death in the street after half a dozen men just
after all that, not only getting like her heart broken, but also just
yeah.
Once again, it's an SVU episode.
Dunk.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Did not know this.
Yeah, but she enacts her revenge and kills Roy.
Queen.
In a wedding dress, which is pretty fucking badass.
She has a flair for the theatrics, which I said a little bit of an I Spit on Your Grave homage there. The short of it is, it's essentially the same plot. Like a woman has that happen to her, and then she gets revenge on her attackers.
Perfect.
And it was a very influential, very graphic, obviously, horror film because it was a very early portrayal of a woman in the lead getting revenge, getting power on her attackers.
Yeah.
So it's seen, it's very grisly and
sure.
sort of looked down upon as almost like torture porn type thing, just all about the kill, but also in a lot of ways was empowering.
I'm sure it's cathartic.
Yeah.
Especially for victims of sexual violence.
Right.
So
that was insane.
Yeah.
I was like looking over at DJ like, are you kidding me?
I'm like this is it.
This really?
Which is, and it explains a lot of Rosalie's resentment for Bella.
Mm-hmm.
There is quite a lot of justification.
Right. It makes sense.
In this. Yeah.
Which again, I think Stephanie did a good job with this because she's like, what you're about to give up is all I ever wanted in my life. And it was taken from me.
Yeah.
And you're just willingly going to give it up.
Yeah.
When that's like, if I could do anything to get that back. So it makes sense that she would be mad.
And resentful.
So it's almost like it's not even just Bella. Like she doesn't hate Bella.
No,
it's
she
just
hates
she
the
hates
concept
the decision.
She hates the concept of giving up the most precious gift anyone, especially, and that's kind of like the Mormon side of things.
Yeah.
But especially giving up
the
most precious gift that quote unquote woman is given.
Right.
Is the ability to rear kids. Rosalie wanted to be a mom, and she never be that.
Which is sad.
It's extremely sad for women that want to be. But she's a vampire. She can't adopt a kid.
Turn a kid.
They can't willingly turn people without the Volturi's consent.
Really?
Yeah, that's this whole thing. They got the Volturi's permission to turn
that's why
Bella.
Victoria, that whole thing was a bad thing.
Yeah, they're
because
not
they were
supposed
just
to create
turning random
newborns.
vampires.
Yeah. And
shit.
And it's a really high risk situation because it risks exposure.
I did not even think about that.
There is a logic into the Twilight
let's
universe.
rapid fire a few real quick that I want to just hint at before we get into the big ultimate bad of everything. I thought it was very funny that Charlie tries to have the talk with Bella. Bella immediately after that tries to get the D from Edward.
Don't we all?
But
just
it's
want
too
the D from
dangerous.
Edward?
It's too dangerous because this man's D game is insane.
I want to know what it's like. Curious.
Wow.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Whether we want to be Edward or be dicked down by Edward.
Wow. Good form, Edward.
Yeah.
Damn.
The thrust. The thrust.
But along with that same scene, Edward really doesn't want to have sex for multiple reasons.
Oh, he wants to have sex.
Well,
he just
here's the thing.
Can't.
He wants to. He can't. He brings up the fact, hey, I was born in 1901, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
In my time, I would have courted you. I would have asked your father for your hand. And he proposes to Bella. It was very intimate. But it did bring up interesting stuff that DJ spoke on earlier that we've talked about. How they're sort of bringing their old generations into the modern day. Could you talk a little bit, just very briefly, on Bella's aversion to blood and what that meant?
So canonically, in the first book, Bella is really freaked out by blood, and she claims that she can smell it, and it really grosses her out. In the first book, she does a lab where they're doing blood typing in biology class, and Edward skips that day, and she almost faints because she is that freaked out by it. But for some reason, in Eclipse, she's just willing to bloodlet on some trees to get the newborns in a frenzy. And I just thought that was a really weird inconsistency. And I get it, characters can change. Edward himself claims that Bella's blood really doesn't bother him as much anymore because he had to almost kill her.
True.
He's changed. It was an inconsistency that I noticed this way through.
And Bella
appropriates native culture yet
the
again, like another white woman.
Quileute?
The Quileute.
Quileute culture because...
I guess it's not appropriation. It's just, she's just taking it.
I'm saying it's appropriate.
I mean, it's not like she's like, I'm doing this for the Quileute tribe. She doesn't cite her sources in the middle of a battle.
Either way.
How would you go about that?
That's not your story, Bella.
Anyway, we're talking about the story of the third wife who basically sacrificed herself to save her husband, who was the only living werewolf in the tribe, and to protect the rest of the tribe. And Bella, in turn, makes herself bleed to distract a vampire, just like the third wife did during the newborn battle, specifically when Riley and Victoria are trying to kill Edward in the tent area in the mountains. So, yeah, she just ripped off that. She's like, that's a good story. I'll take that.
Oh, that sounds nice. And with that, we get to the final point we wanted to talk about before we get to how our relationships have changed with this film.
These films.
It is that the end of Eclipse sets up the true big bad, the Volturi, pretty much the representation of government.
Yay, government.
As the big bad behind everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because they definitely knew what Victoria was doing. They allowed it to happen to pretty much serve their means.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, I'm just curious of like whether or not this is, I guess it's kind of more of a Republican mindset of like no big government.
Big government.
No big government. That's the end game argument for this, isn't it? It's Stephanie, I mean, the Volturi is the evil entity.
That big government.
Yeah, but the Volturi set really reasonable guidelines.
Very reasonable.
It's like, hey, keep it inconspicuous.
Like 3 rules, right?
Yeah, like don't change people if you can help it, and don't make a scene. Don't make a scene. Like that's it. It's really only like 2 rules.
Right.
It's really not that involved of a government, but apparently it's enough of an issue. We need to take them down for some reason.
Because they are ultimately the big bad. They've been behind
everything. It's really interesting. And up to this point, the Volturi, they're not very threatening. We just know that they have a lot more power than we've been let in on at this point. So we don't really know what the implications of the Volturi are, other than they are willing to kill anyone.
Seemingly for any reason.
Turn of a dime.
Yeah.
Is that the right? That's not the right phrase.
Yeah, on the turn of a dime, something like that.
I don't know.
I think so.
Am I losing my mind?
Yeah, turn on a dime.
Turn on a dime. I don't. It's a bad phrase.
It's an immediate
Edit
turn.
this out, my love.
No.
Help me. Please. I'm floundering. I want the people to think I'm smart.
All right, we'll try again.
I don't know how to reword it.
Okay.
They will just kill anyone on the spot if they feel like it, basically. Because even though they have laws, they are also completely ruthless. And they are one of the few entities in the world that can exterminate vampires.
Because
so it's kind of their job.
Government does what government wants to do. They break their own rules. Hey, you see it happening all over.
Every goddamn day.
And that is New Moon. That is Eclipse.
We did it.
We did it.
We made it to the end.
So now, our final segment.
I'm so excited.
What is our relationship with New Moon, with Eclipse, now?
It depends.
What effects did these films have on you then? Are any of those still in hold now? I will again go first.
Please do.
Victor V. Sweet, because it's very simple. My relationship before was non-existent. Did not watch these films until 3 years ago. This is only my second rewatch of New Moon and Eclipse. And I gotta say, they're very fun watches. I would highly recommend them to anyone who just wants to watch a turn your brain off film. You know that the portrayals of love are not great. You know that a lot of it is pretty hammy. But it's definitely better than the first movie by a landslide. I would say that these films do a pretty good portrayal of showing vampires and werewolves in a new way. I know that they were often shit on before, especially the whole sparkly vampire thing, but I think it's interesting. You know, vampires, werewolves, they don't have to be portrayed in the same way. There's many ways to show and adapt them, and I think that the director of these films did an amazing job salvaging what could have been much worse.
Absolutely.
Because if they continued what they did with the first film in these ones, they would not be remembered as well as they are today. Like, I know that the first one is very, very much remembered, and it has, you know, iconic scenes.
It's very much like a cult film.
But it's like a cult film. It's like a meme remembrance.
Yes.
Whereas these ones I feel like are at least somewhat regarded as, you know, pretty good. Edward did good acting. To sum it all up, I would definitely, more so than the original Twilight, I would at least, you know, invite these movies over to like a game night.
Fun.
And it'll be a good time. But again, I need other people around. I'm still not hanging one-on-one. Still not hanging one-on-one with
We're not having a romantic dinner, huh?
No.
Yeah.
But they're a good time. They're a good time.
They can come to the cookout.
Absolutely.
My relationship, I would say, has definitely I think it's pretty much the same, to be honest, because I get a lot of cathartic energy out of watching these films because it puts me back into that headspace of being a sad teen girl and being like, I'm happy I'm not as sad anymore.
There you go.
And I'm happy my brain is not as smooth. I've got some more folds in my brain since then.
Like it.
It's been great. Like you were saying, Victor, I think it's a dumb turn your brain off thing. Also, still gets my juices flowing. There are some hot scenes.
Oh, Lord.
There are some hot scenes in these movies.
My juice is flowing.
I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, it floats my boat still. It still does great stuff. Figured out, I was like, damn, this is why I like flannel shirts. Because every time Kristen is getting hot and heavy with Edward in these scenes, I cannot keep these names consistent. Are we calling them Bella and Edward, or are we calling them Kristen and Robert?
Whatever you want to do.
Whomever. Regardless, in those sexy time scenes, she's usually wearing a flannel shirt. And I'm like, I think this is a repressed memory. I think this is a subconscious thing. Because now every time I see a chick in a flannel, I'm like, damn, is something about to happen?
Is she about to make out with the first man she sees?
I hope so. But it's good. It's good. It does the sexual tension well still. Still holds up in my book. I'll buy both these movies a drink at a bar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Go for the courtship?
Nah, just get him a little drunk, maybe share a kiss at the end of the night.
Oh, very nice.
I'm going home.
Very nice.
No one night stands.
Intimate?
Just a little smooch. That's it. It was nice to meet you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good time.
What, if any, lasting effects do you still have?
Oh.
Still have from the relationship?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you talked about the flannels. That's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any other things, that stuck around? Have changed your life?
I still think that because of these films, there is still a little bit of the savior complex instilled in me, and just in, like, especially women in general. It's like seeing broken people, or broken men in particular, and kind of like, there's that's the classic trope, is like, I can fix them.
Yeah.
I can fix them.
Oh,
and
God.
that's just, I'm not calling you broken or anything.
Listen,
We're all broken.
I know what I am. All right?
Everybody's broken. But I do think that is still like a lasting effect of like wanting to love somebody to help them be better. And I think that's, even though it's kind of like toxically portrayed in these films, I still think that's a really nice intention of wanting to be there for somebody, because it turned from wanting to change somebody into wanting to be the best version of yourself for that person, which is a noble cause, and helping each other be better, which is, as we get into Breaking Dawn, we'll figure out that is the end game for these two,
Right.
is becoming their best versions of themselves for each other.
All
Which
right.
is as noble of a cause as any.
Isn't it? Yes. Well, with that, what?
Isn't it? Yes.
Isn't it? Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Should I do a better ending?
No, it's fine.
Absolutely. Let us wrap this episode up.
Nice little bow.
Oh, a nice little bow.
Yeah, a little Christmas gift. Ooh.
Ooh, Christmas.
It's Christmas in our hearts, y'all.
Always.
It may be 103 degrees outside, but it's Christmas in our hearts, and it's Halloween in my brain, so it's fine.
That's right. Well, TJ, thank you for, really getting into it.
It was fun. We went all over the place.
Sharing a bit of your personal life
Oh,
story,
yeah.
you
It's fine.
That's what we
I'm
do
always
here.
here to share trauma with anybody.
Oh, trauma bond.
I'm a stereotypical oversharer. Love just letting people know too goddamn much about me.
Hey, well, isn't that fun? It's nice.
I'm an
it's
open
nice
book.
to share.
I'm an open
and
book.
again, see how we are all alike, more than we are different. DJ,
Yes.
you told them about your depression.
Oh, the depression.
If they want to follow you, get in contact with you, anything, see your thoughts, where can you be found on the internets?
I can be found on... Where can I be found? Twitch. No, damn it. I meant to say Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at DJ Vivitch. That's like my only social you really need. So deal with it.
Don't worry
I'm
about anything
ambiguous. I am a person who needs a personal life.
Hey, don't we
If
all?
you want podcast version of me, go to Twitter.
Fantastic. And I am, once again, Victor V. Sweet. You can find me twitter.com/Victor V. Sweet and
There we go.
twitch.com/Victor V. Sweet. Cohesive branding on both. playing a lot of video games. Sometimes DJ's there.
Sometimes I'm there.
Story games. We have a good time.
Much like Edward's ghost fading in and out of the background. Sometimes I'm on the Twitch channel and sometimes I'm not.
That's how it works. She's
but
an
lucky
enigma.
for Victor, he doesn't have to risk his life for me to be there. Jump off a cliff.
Thank goodness, because I could not do that. I'd be like, oh man, that ain't worth it.
No.
I'm about to die.
I would never be on
I would just pass out at the top of the cliff anyways.
Oh my God. You were terrified of heights.
Sho-Dependent podcast on all podcast platforms, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And not only there, but Sho-Dependent Pod at Twitter, at Instagram. Follow. Tell us what you liked. Leave a comment, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts or any other podcast site where you get it. Tell us what you liked. Don't need to hear what you didn't.
Keep your rude comments to your fucking self.
Keep your rudeness to yourself. 5 stars or get out.
Damn straight.
But this has been the Sho-Dependent Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you next time for the finale of the Twilight franchise. It is Breaking Dawn. There's 2 films, but it's just Breaking Dawn.
We love a money grab.
Ooh, don't we?
Woo! Thank you.
So all that next time. Have a great week. 2 weeks.
Whatever. Have a great life.
Have a great time out there. Stay safe. Stay cool. Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca?
Perfect. Nailed it.